Okay, everyone, welcome back. This week, we're going to continue to talk about responsive design, okay? And we're kind of going to take it up a notch. If you remember, responsive design is an approach to making websites that can adapt to any environment. So, anywhere from the computer screen to the tablet screen to the actual mobile screen. So, what I'd like to do first is I'd actually like to design an existing site that we're going to make a mobile version out of. So I'm going to go back to an example that we did a few weeks ago, this example, okay? And what we're going to do is we are going to create a mobile version of this site. Now, I can bring up for a second, let me just get this out of the way, the mobile version. I included a mock-up in the actual examples, sample files for today. So here's what we're going to build from the existing website in a mobile version. So there's a lot of similarities, but there's a lot of differences as well. And some of the things I'd like to point out and take a look at that we're going to talk about how to do is going to be outlined in a couple different videos for this exercise. So first things first, if you're comparing, I'm just kind of cut this off here so you can see it. If you're comparing the mobile version to the actual web version, you'll notice that there's a couple things that are different. First off, the main play logo is a bit smaller. There's not as much negative space in this example. We drop off the search bar here, the search input, and we lose this underline. Okay, spacing is clearly different in both versions. The tagline here, inspire, create, play, is not as pronounced in the mobile version, but it's still there. It's a little bit up near the top, a little smaller. And then you may, if for those of you who are keen observers, you may notice that these graphics in the mobile version seem a little smaller than they do in the actual web-based version, and they in fact are smaller. I think a difference of maybe like 40 pixels in dimension. And we also have now in the web version, we have these links here, right? But really, they don't have any words associated with them. Now, in the mobile version, we're not only going to have an icon, but we're going to have words associated with each of those elements. And also, our background graphic is clipped somewhat. It's a little bit different of an angle. So that's going to have to be something that we swap. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of things going on in this exercise that we haven't talked about yet regarding mobile design. And it's going to basically involve sort of changing style sheets as we go through in order to be able to get this desired look that you see on your left hand side here. So I want to look quickly at the index file that I have, and I'm giving this to you today as part of the assets. Okay, and in essence, what we're looking at is the code associated with this file right here. Now remember when we talked about mobile design previously, we said that with mobile design, what you're doing is you're detecting certain things in the environment, and then you're deciding if with styles if you could actually change them so that the layout or the size of fonts or the particular graphics are more conducive to the environment that the page is being loaded in, right? So that being said, there are some things in here that are not done with styles, but are done with structural HTML. So for example, let me just pull this off the screen here. Our background image is good. That's done structurally, okay? But at the same time, if you go farther down, you'll see things like the logo in the top, the play logo, is done with an image. Now that may end up being okay, might not be a problem, but things like these dots, these links, these circle links, they're all put in with images, right? And the fact that they're all put in with images means that I can't really easily change them with a media query. So what I have to do is I have to rewrite this HTML in order to make those images be on the screen with style sheets instead of being on screen with straight HTML image tags. So that's going to be the first thing we're going to tackle. Okay, it's going to be a pretty easy conversion. And then what we're going to do is we are going to bring it back after that change and basically redo this so that it can actually adapt into a mobile environment. Okay,